Hey there, brilliant people. So today's question is, what is the link between pattern recognition and your intuition? And I thought the best way to answer this particular question was to do a little reading from my book, which is right here, The Soul's Brain. It's a brilliant resource. So if you haven't actually picked it up already, I encourage you to do so. All right, so this is from page 211. So I'm talking about pattern recognition. So your right brain evolved in nature. Your right brain being more where the logic of your intuition kind of is. So your right brain evolved in nature, a fractal rich environment. Now, if you don't, I keep interrupting myself. So if you don't know what a fractal is a pattern that is repeated over and over again in order to create a more complex pattern. We recognize those patterns in things like trees. You know, like if you pluck a little twig off the tree, it looks like a miniature tree. And in a lot of physics and things like that, they talk about how we're probably living in a hologram. The interesting thing about holograms, which I talk about in this book, is their underlying structure is a fractal. So it's not surprising that our intuition and patterns are very strongly linked. Anyway, I'll try to stop interrupting myself. It works by our intuition works by recognizing patterns when they're clear and when they're broken. Both these states communicate a lot of information. When you recognize where a pattern is broken or distorted, it tells you where things have become disconnected from their integrity. That's where healing is required. Healing is always a return to our integrity, a strengthening of our connection to who we truly are. You can use the areas of a fractal, the pattern of our integrity, that are clear and strong to guide you towards those things that facilitate the most effective healing. When you recognize a clear, strong pattern, it tells you a lot about the alignment of the integrity of that person or system, including yourself, of course. How things need to be aligned for them to be in their integrity or to realize their essence in the most robust way possible. So remember that I talk about how intuition, like one of the important functions of our intuition is to help us be more of who we really are. So this is why, pattern recognition and intuition really are holding hands, because in many ways those patterns, reading those patterns is what guides our intuition. And our intuition is really just giving us the reading of what that pattern is. It's actually one of the reasons why a lot of sort of indigenous cultures are really good with intuition, because they're still using a lot of those pattern recognition. That it's still really important in their cultures. Like the Aboriginal culture, they don't have the 4 seasons that we're used to. They have many seasons, but those seasons are really based more on the movement of animals and what the plants are doing, because that tells them where to move around their environment, where the food is. And it's interesting that, of course, in Australia, CSIRO, they're now really doing their best to learn about these other patterns so that they can hopefully get other ways that they can deal with climate change. But anyway, I'm getting off the topic. My whole point is that, yes, the link between pattern recognition and intuition is that your intuition, the logic of it, is that pattern recognition, because where a pattern is clear, that's your intuition is saying, well, lean into that. Where a pattern is broken or distorted, your intuition is saying that needs some healing. So there you are. By healing the broken pattern, our patterns will become stronger, and then we will have more areas that we can lean into, and that will enable us to remember that you're brilliant.